While 2023's comedy release schedule looks a little light this year, there's still plenty of content due that is sure to put a smile on the faces of fans of the genre, including the new Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, as well as the remake of Disney's Haunted Mansion, Legally Blonde 3 and the vampire-based horror comedy Renfield starring Nicolas Cage, which certainly looks interesting. In today's video, we will be sharing top 10 best comedy movies of 2000 that can still put a smile on your faces. So stay tuned till end of the video and don't miss any of these. But before continuing further, kindly hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, so you never miss any update from us. Let's continue with our video. Number 10. Road Trip. Very much of its time, Road Trip was the directorial debut of Todd Phillips, who went on to direct Old School, all three The Hangover movies, and the Oscar-winning Joker. Starring Sean William Scott and Tom Green at a time when both were genuine superstars, with Scott riding the waves of his success in American Pie and Tom Green and his Tom Green Show on MTV. This teen sex comedy basically follows the antics of a group of college kids as they embark on a cross-country road trip to retrieve an illicit tape mistakenly mailed to a girlfriend. Rude, crude, and at times utterly ridiculous, the movie was a box office hit at the time and spawned the obligatory direct-to-video sequel, which failed to live up to the hype of its predecessor. Number 9. Shanghai Noon. Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson star in this action-packed buddy comedy that juxtaposes the choreography and action found in traditional martial arts films, of which Chan is somewhat of a veteran, with the setting of the old Wild West. The duo's chemistry is really what carries Shanghai Noon, and the riffing between the two vastly different heroes never grows tired. The movie is inspired by the classic Western drama Red Son, starring Charles Bronson and Toshiro Mifune, but reimagined as an action comedy. Number 8. Dude, Where's My Car? 2000 was a good year for Sean William Scott with Dude, Where's My Car? Being his second entry on this list, this time starring alongside Ashton Kutcher in the role that propelled him from a successful sitcom actor into a certified Hollywood star. The movie itself revolved around the pair of stoners who, after a particularly reckless night of self-indulgence, are unable to remember and locate where they left their car the night before. Their adventure becomes more and more absurd as their search progresses, and they begin to gradually piece together the night before and encounter a number of weird and wonderful characters. A clear inspiration for The Hangover, the pair's chemistry and the irreverent humor went down a storm with audiences, and the movie becoming a box office hit, later going on to achieve cult status. Number 7. American Psycho. When American Psycho, the novel by Bret Easton Ellis, was published in 1991, the book was a hit with a huge amount of controversy. In particular, the book was criticized by many for its misogyny and portrayal of violence against women, so it may be surprising to hear that the movie was, in fact, directed by Canadian director Mary Harron. To say she undertook the task successfully is an understatement. Harron interpreted it as the pieces of satire it was meant to be, and as a result, American Psycho is one of the finest examples of modern horror comedies there is. Harron was praised for her unique direction style, and it was noted that her off-kilter tendencies were a good complement to Ellis' unique style. While comedy might not be the first genre that springs to mind when thinking American Psycho for many, it is certainly drenched as much in dark humor and satire as it is in blood and violence. Number 6. Little Nicky. Little Nicky is a 2000 American fantasy comedy movie that was produced by Jack Garaputo and Robert Simons and was directed by Stephen Brill. It stars Adam Sandler and is set in New York City. Following Adam Sandler's hugely successful run of comedy classics of the 90s, his popularity, along with critical opinion, began to wane at the turn of the century. This is exemplified by Little Nicky and its tepid critical response and disappointing box office numbers. However, in the years since, the movie has found a place amongst Sandler devotees and is often thought to have been unfairly judged at the time. The movie sees Sandler playing the son of Satan, who is tasked with returning his two brothers to hell and preventing a catastrophe of epic proportions. Regardless of your views on Sandler's unique brand of humor, one cannot deny that this movie features some of the greatest casting decisions ever made. There's Harvey Keitel as Satan and Rodney Dangerfield as Satan's father Lucifer, and an unforgettable cameo from Ozzy Osbourne as himself, who saves the day by biting the head off of Satan's firstborn son while he is in bat form. Number 5. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The Coen brothers have a pretty immaculate record when it comes to directing, with many arguing that their comedic output is often their greatest. Following the success of previous comedies Raising Arizona, Fargo, and The Big Lebowski, the Coens recruited Hollywood A-lister George Clooney to star alongside a fantastic cast that includes several previous Coen collaborators, including John Goodman and John Turturro. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Delivers everything you'd expect from two of the most highly regarded directors in the industry. Set in rural Mississippi during the 1930s, the basic premise revolves around three escaped convicts on the hunt for hidden treasure, while a sheriff relentlessly pursues them. Looking deeper, it becomes apparent that the movie is in fact a clever retelling of Homer's epic Greek poem, The Odyssey, and a phenomenal folk country soundtrack, which won the prestigious Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Number 4. Meet the Parents. Comedy's biggest success story was, without a doubt, Meet the Parents. The film received high praise from critics across the board and was the highest-grossing comedy of the year, as well as one of the highest-grossing across all genres. It chronicles a series of rather unfortunate events that plagued Greg, a hapless nurse played in a career-defining moment by Ben Stiller, while visiting his girlfriend's parents. Whilst every cast member delivered a stellar performance, the real revelation came in the form of acting legend Robert De Niro, as he appeared as the father, a role that played on his reputation as a no-nonsense tough guy to hilarious effect as Greg constantly tries, and fails, to impress. Number 3. High Fidelity. A smart, engaging, and thoroughly entertaining adaptation of Nick Hornby's novel of the same name. High Fidelity is arguably the movie that provided Jack Black with his breakthrough role. Yes, he'd been in many films beforehand, and yes, it's John Cusack playing the lead role. But this was the first time the world was really treated to the Black we've come to know and love. His role was substantial enough to leave a lasting impression in this critically acclaimed cult classic. Number 2. Bedazzled. 2000's Bedazzled has a lot going for it, seeing as it was directed by comedy veteran Harold Ramis, and featuring the infectious charisma of Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, not to mention the fact that it was a remake of the highly revered 1967 British film of the same name, written by comedy icons Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. And while on a whole it was a solid feature. Number 1. Miss Congeniality. Sandra Bullock excels in Miss Congeniality, as we witness her awkward and reluctant transformation from an FBI agent who lacks any kind of refinement and femininity to a beauty pageant contestant, as she is forced to go undercover to thwart a terrorist plot that involves attacking the National Miss United States pageant. Bolstered by a fantastic supporting cast, including several legendary faces such as Michael Caine, Ernie Hudson, and William Shatner, the movie is a light-hearted, feel-good flick that provides viewers with 100 or so minutes of easy-go entertainment. Which one is your favorite movie? Kindly let us know in the comments section below. We hope that you have enjoyed our video. Kindly give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so you never miss any update from us. Thanks for watching the video.